All right, here we go. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chris. This is my channel, We Love Comics. I hope you are all doing well. And it's been a little while. I've been taking kind of a rest from YouTube completely on both of my channels because, to be honest, the world's getting a little on the crazy side. And as a great movie that I used to watch as a kid and I absolutely loved, called War Games with Matthew Broderick, once said, sometimes if you want to win the game, the best thing to do is not to play. So I've been kind of taking hiatus from YouTube and everything, but still collecting comics, still have my comic collection. But, you know, you need breaks sometimes, you know. You just need to get a little R&R, and that's what I've been doing, little me time. And I'm sure you guys understand. But I'm going to be continuing to do videos, so no frets on that. I have Comic Book Haul. I have some, they're minor keys, but these are definitely books. Some of them have potential. Some of them are definitely key issues. These are books you may want to consider. So one of the things I always recommend to people that love collecting comics, watch people's videos. Unboxings, comic hauls, advice, because you never know. There might be a comic that you did not know about, was not sure about, did not know specifics about. So these kind of videos can help you add to your collection and make your collection that much stronger. So, of course, when it comes to investing in comics, if that's one of your goals to get comics, and there's no wrong way to collect, so don't let anybody tell you what you're doing is wrong. If it's right for you, that's all that matters. But one thing I always tell people, if you do anything for investment or speculation purposes, and this goes for more than just comics, make sure you know what you're doing. Make sure you do your research. Don't just take everybody's word for something. Don't just go by what's popular. Knowledge is power. And this day and age where you could literally search on the internet and in 5 seconds you can have 50 different websites helping you along, there is no excuse to not do your own due diligence. So that's something I highly stress and highly recommend to anybody. And like I said, that's more than just comics. That's in life in general. If you leave things in other people's hands, you better hope you've hitched your horse to the right wagon. Otherwise, you know, popularity does not always breed success. If you look at the world today, you have a lot of followers and not a lot of leaders. And if you hook up with the wrong leader, they'll lead you right off onto a cliff. So with that being said, I have some comics I'm going to show you. I was going to do an unboxing, but I figured with all these boxes it would take forever. And you guys are here for the comics, and that's what's most important. I want to always welcome people that are in the live chat. I always do a surprise subscriber shout out at the end of each video. The way I do it is I pick somebody at random from the live chat. You don't have to be a subscriber, but maybe you'll hit subscribe, but you don't have to. And there are some benefits to being the shout out, so come join the live chat, even if you've never seen one of my videos, or even if you're not subscribed, and maybe you will be one of those people. I always pick 2 people in the live chat. So welcome to all those that are already here. 7 people already hit the like button, so thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. Let me put on the video camera, and we'll go from, I mean, worst to first kind of thing, but none of these are bad. This one's a speculation comic. This one, I've been buying tons of these based on speculation, because when you're investing and you're speculating, you don't want to buy things when they're at their peak value, because you're going to overspend and pretty much the price is going to stay stagnant, maybe go up a little bit, but could potentially go down. You don't want to do that. Now, like I said, there's always risks involved. So these kind of books, there is no mention of a movie, there is no mention of a TV show, but I have a feeling they could go maybe phase 6 or beyond. Who knows? They might go this route with these characters. So I'm buying a bunch of these at lower prices to see if it happens. If it doesn't, I didn't spend thousands of dollars per book. I bought them at really cheap prices. But if it succeeds, like I did with my Ultimate Fallout 4s when I was buying them for $10 to $12, if they succeed, you're going to make a heck of a lot of profit. So this is a book I highly recommend. There are different versions of it. This one's a variant version. You can still get this pretty cheap. There are no guarantees, but this is one I am definitely hitching my horse to because it's relatively cheap to get. This is the Excalibur Special Edition. This is the first appearance of Excalibur. Now this one is the no price variant. So as you could see, normally right in that spot there, I think it's either $2.95, $3.95, or $4.95. But this is the one to get, the no price variant. Now this one does not look like it's ever been read. A lot of these probably weren't, because it wasn't very popular back in the days, but when I went to college, I got a couple of comic book subscriptions, so I would be pretty much guaranteed each month to get something in the mail. One run I had was Thor, another one was Punisher, the third was Excalibur. Now, I didn't get this one in the mail or anything like that. I bought this off eBay, but I liked Excalibur. These covers in the beginning, I think the first 15 or so issues were done by Alan Davis. I loved his artwork. It's kind of cartoonish, but it was definitely a great read. Loved it as a kid. With X-Men coming, you never know. They might branch out. So this might be something worth taking the chance on. I paid only $17 for this book. So for me, a price like that, $17, definitely worth taking the chance on. Again, you want the one that's a no-price variant. Another one I would mention is Excalibur Number One, which is their first, not first appearance, but their first regular issue. There is a price variant as well on this, so you could probably get that even cheaper. You could probably get them for under $7. This one you're going to probably pay between $20 and $50, depending on the grade. But this has a potential 9.8 written all over it, because this is a thicker book, so if it's been read, this has like a double line here, and when people opened it, you'd see sometimes creases. I don't see that here, so 9.8 potential, so if they ever end up in a TV show or a movie, you never know, books like that are going to skyrocket, and for $17 for the no-price variant, definitely worth taking the chance on. This is one, I wish I had the first appearance, but it's pretty darn expensive, so this is the next best thing. Just happened to see this on eBay. I thought I would, give it a shot as far as purchase-wise. It's got like 3 or 4 color-breaking creases, but definitely worth having, in my opinion. It's one of those cult-following type of comics. This is Albedo number 3. This is the second appearance ever of Usagi Yojimbo. Now, he's not on the cover, of course, but the first appearance of him, which is issue number 2, you're talking in the thousands for that book. So, I'm not going to buy that book unless I could find a deal. You guys know me. Even if I want a book, even if I have the money, unless it's one that I know is going to be guaranteed, like a Hulk 181, for example, or Giant Size X-Men number 1, those are the only ones I will even consider paying the going rates for. But books like this, I'm in no hurry. So this one I got kind of a deal, a little bit less than what it's worth. Who knows what's going to ever happen with this character. Not one that I highly recommend for investments. But if you can find a good deal, hey, it's worth taking the chance. Because with a cult following, if you're trying to sell something, all you need is one seller. One buyer to buy a book or buy anything that you're selling. And it makes it worthwhile. So I paid $169.95 for this book. Again, it's the second appearance of Usagi Yojimbo. I'd love to get his first appearance, but again, if I cannot find a deal, I'm not ready to spend thousands of dollars on a book like that. I'd rather spend thousands of dollars on an amazing Spider-Man 14 or a Hulk 181. But, there is no wrong way. Collect what you love. This one is a 5-piece set. So I'm just going to show these. This is the new Avengers Illuminati. This is issue 4 and 5. I put them because these aren't worth much. 2 and 3 here. And then they threw in the annual number 1, but this is the one you want. This is issue number 1. This is the first appearance of the Illuminati. How important they're going to be in the MCU coming soon remains to be seen. I mean, I really think that's going to be a great way to bring in somebody like Professor X, maybe, or definitely Harry Osborn. You already have some of the characters, so especially even the Fantastic Four. So the Illuminati might be an interesting way to introduce some characters. A lot of times in the movies and TV shows, they change things. So, I mean, look at the lineup for Guardians of the Galaxy, and look at the first appearance of Guardians of the Galaxy. You'll only recognize one person. So they can switch it up, but it's the name that's important. So if they actually name drop the Illuminati in the MCU going forward, the first appearance is going to skyrocket. Now, this one has a little bit of damage on it. It's like a kind of crushed on the back a little bit with some wrinkles. I do not believe they break color, but it would need a pressing. But for all 6 of these books, I paid $6.75 a piece. This book, I haven't checked in a while. This is around a $50 book last time I checked. If it has increased or decreased, somebody put that in the comment section. But one of the things I always tell people when it comes to speculating and investing, never base what you're willing to pay or what the value of something is at the current price. Base it on where it's going. So I'm not worried about even if the price dropped and I overpaid, which I don't think I did, $6.78 for that book. I mean, it was like $30 and change for all 6. So let's just assume I even paid $30 for this one and the other 5 are free. I'm not worried about where the price is now. I'm worried about where it's going. And there have been rumors that Illuminati is going to be in the MCU. Of course, nothing is ever guaranteed. But if it is, you know what's going to happen to books like that. They're going to go up. So worth taking the chance on for that price. And that's why sometimes it pays to get some that may potentially need pressings. Now, that doesn't guarantee the pressing will give it a 9.8. But it will definitely... The seller listed this as very fine, which I would agree because of the wrinkling on the back. But a pressing is going to improve that. How much depends on, what ultimately the damage that's been caused. So we'll see. But if it goes from what could be an 8.5 and then all of a sudden it goes to a 9.2 or 9.4 pressed, or even, knock on wood, a 9.8, it definitely made it worth it. So sometimes, if something has color breaks, you can't do anything about that. But if it's something like water damage where there's a rippling effect, or there is non-color break increases, like the book I'm about to show you, you can easily press this. It can still come a 9.8 on some of them, as long as nothing else has been damaged. And again, there's no color break increases. But you can definitely save a lot of money that way. But again, risk, is it worth it? This one has a crease all the way up and down the spine. It does not break color at all, but it just shows that somebody either stacked these flat and put a whole bunch of them on top, or they put it in a comic box where they just overstuffed it and the book in front of it compressed in over time and left an indent. But again, a pressing can fix that. I paid $124.75 for this book. I'm still definitely collecting this book. This price has gone down a little, but again, I don't worry about where it is. I worry about where it's going to go. Sometimes it could take a couple of years. Like I've said many times, look at Amazing Spider-Man 300. Look at New Mutants 98. Those books for years and years and years weren't worth anything. But now they are. So, again, base it on where they're going. So, it can take some time. So, of course, this is the first null. This is the first printing. You're probably not going to be able to see it. But there's an... there it is. You could see it. There's an indent, but it does not break color. So pressing can fix that. And hey, if it comes back a 9.8, if I get that graded, I have several other copies, so that would definitely not be the first one I would do. But hey, if it comes back a 9.8, definitely worth it. It's another book. Anytime I see a special or get the opportunity to get it at a discounted price, I am going to pick this up. To me, it's like the first appearance. It is a no-brainer. This is the first, not first appearance of this character, but their first #1 issue. I used eBay bucks. Believe it or not, every once in a blue moon, eBay does offer some eBay bucks. So when they did it a month back, I took advantage of it. So, with eBay, they probably don't do it to everybody all at once. They probably scatter it around to individuals, which I think is kind of sucky on their behalf. They should give it to everybody, so everybody gets the chance. Hopefully that was the case. But for the price I paid for this, this book could come back a 0.5, I'm going to make money, but it's a new book, so that's not going to be the case. Get this book if you haven't gotten it, especially if you missed the boat on the first appearance, which I was telling people to get for years, so you probably know what this is already. But this, of course, this is the Ultimate Spider-Man. This is the bagged issue. This has never been opened. With my eBay bucks, I paid $10.35 for this book. So for me, it won't matter. Now, this comic hero I've been telling people for years was going to be someone successful because I could see the route that Disney and Hollywood was going. So because I base things on the future and not at the present moment, I knew that those, like Ultimate Fallout 4s, Edge of Spider-Verse 2s, Marvel Spotlight 32s, books like that, were books to get. She-Hulk number 1, I bought several of those. But this is the next best thing. This one I missed the boat on in the beginning, but I'll still get it. And this is his first cover, not cover appearance, but cover appearance with his costume, I believe. But it's his first solo issue. Definitely one worth getting, because what will happen is when the first appearance of a book gets way too pricey, if it's not the number 1 issue, they will go for the number 1 issue of their series. Like, for example, with Hulk 181, Hulk 180 is his first appearance ever. It's a cameo. Then you have Hulk 181, which is his first full appearance. Those 2 books are really getting out of the realm of possibility for most collectors. So some people will go after Wolverine number 1, which is the limited series. But then also his first real continuous series was in the 80s. So that people are picking that one up as well. Now, that book, you really need high grade for like an 80s, 90s kind of book. You need at least a 9.4 or higher for it to be worth anything. You know, unless you go to a yard sale or something and pick it up for $1, then if you get it, it'll come back a 7.5 or something, it's still worth it. So it always depends on what you pay for it. But Ultimate Fallout 4, anything with Miles Morales, especially if he gets live action, and the rumors are with the multiverse, with the Spider-Verse, they would be crazy not to bring him in. And to me, it's pretty much a guarantee they will. Now, it's not a money-back guarantee, but I would be shocked if they didn't bring him in. Alright, this one, this took forever for me to get. I bought this from a website. They had to send it to get signed and then graded. It finally came back. I mean, this took over 6 months or so. But as they say, better late than never. The book is not damaged. Looks pretty darn good. It's a graded book. This is Deadpool Nerdy, the variant edition. This is the glow-in-the-dark variant, signed by Clayton Crane back in March. So I had to first buy this book from the website, then they had to sign it, then they had to send it in, and I just got this last month. So you're talking, I bought this, I think, let's say late January or early February, so let's just say February 1st. March, April, May, June, July. Took over 5 months to get this book. Paid $250 for this. Who knows what's going to happen with it. I absolutely love this cover. This is the Virgin variant as well, and he signed it. It's going to be hard to see. He signed it in purple right there. So it's harder to see the signature, but it kind of goes well with the colors on this book. So I like it, but $250, I'm not sure what the value of this book is at this time, and that's one of the things that I tell people when it comes to valuing in any investments. Time equals money. You know, let's say 3 months ago, let's say this book was $1,000, and now let's say the book is now $500. I'll still be happy, but I lost $500 waiting. Now, I'm not saying those are the prices, but sometimes speed is a factor. And one of the things about CGC is they take a long time, and if you don't want it to take a long time, you have to pay extra. So that factors into your cost. So $250 is complete with shipping and everything else. So, you know, taking the chance on that. I like the cover. Who knows where it's going to go, but it is what it is at this point. All right, last book. This is a book I've shown. I've gotten this one graded. This is another one that I took advantage of the fact that on the back, on the right-hand corner, there is some wrinkling. Again, it does not look like it breaks color. So a pressing will help this book. How much? We'll have to find out. But for the price I paid for it, I'm not going to complain. The rest of the book looks perfect. So could it get a 9.8? Possibly. But it's definitely going to do better than what they sold it as. Again, this seller sold this as about a very fine because the back has It's like a quarter-sized wrinkle, but it does not break color as far as I can see. Take the chance on it because I will get this eventually graded. This, to me, is a no-brainer. I've been telling people to get this. This is like, I think, my 4th or 5th copy. And that is Something is Killing the Children, issue number 1. So it does need a pressing, but I paid a lot less than what it was worth because of that. Now, if it had color break increases or tears, I wouldn't have spent even the low price that I did. Now, when I mean low, I'm not talking $5. But I paid well under what it could be, knowing that a pressing could help improve this grade. So I paid $260 for this book. And this is the first print. And just to show that I have several copies of this book, there's another one. Here's the one recently that came back in 9.8. I think there's another one over there somewhere. So I definitely am going all in on this book. So that book, again, deals are out there. Definitely worth taking the chance on. And we'll see. So 2 of those books could be improved by pressings. And I paid way below what they potentially could be if they come back a higher grade. But a pressing's absolutely going to make them higher regardless of what they sold them for. So that's a good way to end up making a little bit of money on something and seeing if it's worth taking the chance on. I always trust my instincts, so even if I break even, which I doubt, because I'm not worried about that, because they are making, I believe, it hasn't been definite yet, or they've talked about it, but a TV show or a movie could go into both, could be neither. They could do both, and it stinks. We'll have to see, but it's definitely a hot series. It's continued to stay hot, and I'm very excited to see what they do with that one. It's a cool idea, cool concept, and people seem to really gravitate towards it. So those are the books. Thank you so much for everybody taking a little bit of run in the comments section. 22 people hit the like button. That is awesome. I really appreciate that. I'm going to try and do some more videos, but like I said, I was taking a little bit of a hiatus off of the pretty much YouTube. I mean, I'll watch videos and everything, but I've been kind of staying away from everything because it just kind of sucks the life out of you sometimes, and you know, sometimes you just need a break. So I'm sure you guys understand, and knowing that you guys are here means a lot to me, so thank you for that. Let's pick today's surprise subscriber shout-outs. So we're going to go with Axel H-Man. You are the first surprise subscriber shout-out. And Marley Superdog, you are both today's surprise subscriber shout-out, so hopefully you are both still here. What that means is, like I said, you do not have to be a subscriber, but if you want to hit subscribe, that would be awesome. If either of you have a YouTube channel, you could post a link in the comment section to either one of your videos or directly to your channel. If you'd rather have a link to your social network, I'll let you pick which one if you prefer to do that, if you do more on like Instagram or Facebook or anything like that. Or if you'd rather put a link to something that you sell, maybe on eBay or Etsy or Amazon or any of those places, I'll let you guys choose which one you want to post, if any. Just keep in mind, I do have to approve any link before anybody else can see it. So if you post a link in the comment section, it will not show up because I have to check it first. Make sure it doesn't send people to anywhere inappropriate or somewhere I would not want to go myself. So if you're one of the people that goes into the comment sections and you see a link, it means it has been approved. So if it is from especially our surprise subscriber shout-outs, go check them out. It's a good way to help the community, and that's one of the things my channel is all about. That's why I called it We Love Comics. So thank you very much, and as Main Smash Gaming says, smash that like button, guys. So thank you for that, Main, and thank you to all those that were kind enough to do it. Let me know in the comment section what you thought about these books. Let me know if I overpaid or you think I got some good deals. Let me know if they're books that you did not know about or did not consider, and my mentioning them helped you go down that route. And don't forget, it's not you, it is not I, it is We Love Comics. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you next video. Thanks for watching, everybody.